Mm. Good morning, all. Today's video we're going to discuss about what is context-free grammar. Context-free grammar, that is called as CFG. CFG is called as context-free grammar. Myself, Sharmila, working in the department of CSE in RMDEC Engineering College. Now we're going to discuss what is context-free grammar. In the context-free grammar, there are four tuples. One is V, sigma, R, S. V is a finite set called the variables. Variable, you know already, we have discussed in the previous video. Variables, that is represented here as V. V is a variable, is a finite set called variables, and sigma. Sigma is a finite set disjoint from V called the terminals. Sigma is a terminus. Sigma is called as terminals. And R. R is a finite set of rules with each rule being a variable and a string of variable and terminal. S is belongs to the V. V is a start variable, that is a start state. S is a start state, that is called a start variable. In the grammar G, we have a tuples called as V, sigma, R, S. So here that V is represented in the capital letter symbol. For example, alphabets A represented in the uppercase, B is in the uppercase. S is called a start symbol representation in the capital S. So V is a variable, is a finite set of called the variable is called a variable, and sigma is a small case, that is small a, small b. That is the input given to the particular state. So it belongs to small case letters A B. For example, A B. Okay. Then R. R is a rule, that is a finite set of rule for each age. Rule being a variable and string of variable on terminal. That is the rule is. That particular rule is tends to first starts with the terminal, that is terminal in the sense it is called a small letter case, continues with the variable in the sense is upper letter case. So here what we am concluding is R is a finite set of rule with each rule begins with a variable, that is a small case, small example small a, and a string of variables and terminals. So the terminals is called as, it's called as small letter case a, small b, and it may be conclude with the continuous with the variables and terminals combination. That is a rule, finite set of rule R. S belongs to V. S is a start variable, that is a starting production of the variable S. From that production only we can move to the next values, that is a start production S. In the grammar, for example, in the grammar G, they are given V, sigma, R, and expression. V is a EXPR, term, factor. Three content they have given, three things. One is expression, term, factor. For sigma, A plus A, multiplication, open bracket, close bracket, they have given as a sigma. R expression, they have given some expression. That expression tends to term slash term. Term tends to term, factor slash factor. Factor tends to open brace, expression, close brace slash A. Here, in the sense, it starts with some rule, that is R. It's a finite set of rule with each rule being a variable and string variable and terminal. There is a four tuples. So we can conclude here context-free grammar as a four tuples. That four tuples are V, sigma, R, S. Now I want to discuss what is DFA tuples. Q, sigma, del, Q naught, and F. What is NFA tuple? Q, sigma, del, Q naught, F. In the del transition, in the DFA, it starts with the only one input exactly matched with the one output. But in the NFA, 0 or 1 or more than 1 we can match with the exiting arrow. That is the NFA, non-deterministic finite automata. Here in the context-free grammar, we have four tuples, V, sigma, R, S. In the two more questions, they'll be asking what is a deterministic automata tuples, what is a non-deterministic automata tuples, what is a context-free grammar tuples. This is an important two more question. Here we have discussed what is context-free grammar. For that context-free grammar, we are converting the given deterministic finite automata to context-free grammar. The given question L, that is a language L, it ends with 0, 1. That is the grammar, whatever the grammar may be, the expression, it should be, the ending string should be ends with 0, 1. The given grammar is the deterministic finite automata. There is a three state. Start state is Q naught, the middle state is Q1, yeah, that is final state is Q2. For that transition, wherever you go with the starting to ending, the string should end with 0, 1. That is a given condition for the language L. For that, we're going to write a rule, that is context-free grammar rule. How can we write the context-free grammar rule? What may be the combination? First, start with the start state Q naught. Q naught, in the Q naught, the Here we are discussing about terminal. What is a terminal here? 0, 1. What is a variable here? Q0, Q1, Q2. What is the start state? Q0. So we are going to write a del transition. That is a rule. R rule we are going to write. That R rule, that is Q0, it starts with the terminal 0. It goes to Q1. Either 1 terminal goes to Q naught. Two combination is possible. If you give in the Q naught, I input 0. So if you give in the Q naught, input 0, it goes to Q1, one combination. Slash, if you give Q naught 1, it goes to Q naught, another combination. Now we're going to write for the rule for the Q1. In the Q1, if you give input 0, it goes to Q1 itself. That is a self state. If you give 1 in the Q1, it goes to Q2. Okay, the rule is formed. Next, in the Q2, if you give 0, it goes to Q1. If you give in the Q2, if you give 1, it goes to Q0. Okay, so here we are written a rule for context-free grammar Q0, Q1, Q2. All the states that language ends with 0, 1. So one more example they have taken for the practice, that is A power n, B power n, C power L. Okay, the combination is power is A power, B power, C power, slash n. That is m n comma L should be greater than or equal to 0. The condition here applied for the languages, L should be greater than or equal to 0. Maybe 0 or more than 0 we can assume for the L. So for that condition they have drawn a diagram DFA. From that DFA, you're going to construct a context-free grammar. Try by your own using that 4 tuples. In today's this video, we have discussed the 4 tuples of the context-free grammar. What are the 4 tuple? V, sigma, R, S. V is a variable, sigma is a finite set, and R is a finite set of rule. S is a start variable. We'll see in the next video. Thank you.